Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for the weekend of June 13th and 14th of 2015. I'm Astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Well, this video is for my premium subscribers, and this is also for everybody on my YouTube. I wanted to do a weekend horoscope instead of my individual horoscopes on the app or the website that I have. And also for all my YouTubers out there, I wanted to do a special video because Saturn comes back into Scorpio this weekend and there's a lot happening. I'm sure you guys can feel it. This Mercury retrograde was insane. The last 3 weeks had us look into places we never thought possible. With all this energy, with Neptune stopping and going retrograde, at the same time that Mercury came back online, we have really awakened to things. Things are showing themselves like never before. But I think what this is about this weekend with Saturn retrograding into Scorpio with a Sun and Mars conjunction that's going to go on for this whole week, but starting this weekend, new roads, new directions. This is powerful time in our life of a new road, of a new way that we must find in ourselves. This has been Chiron that has been also part of the square to everything with the Sun and Mars. So there's a lot of wounds. This is going through a lot of past stuff, past life stuff if you want to go deep. You'll connect to all the weird stuff you're going through right now to deep past life stuff, past life wounds. And there's a lot of that coming up. And trying to understand what's going on right now is not simple. It's not simple when you have this much energy hit us. It's literally overwhelming. Especially just Neptune retrograding by itself. That's a very overwhelming thing. Because Neptune is at home in Pisces. And when you have Neptune at home in Pisces, there's so much energy that is really unknown. Our journey here on this planet, it's unknown. You know, things in our life don't make sense. And that can sometimes be the hardest part of everything that's going on. Because when we're in Gemini, and when you have Sun, Mars conjunct in Gemini, we want to know. We want to take this understanding, or at least think we know what we're doing and moving in a direction with some sort of, knowledge, especially as Saturn is leaving Sagittarius, where it wants to know everything as well. It's Scorpio that is showing us that there is more to all of this that needs to be revealed. There's more to the story. There is more to what's going on in your life right now that has not shown its full head out yet. Now, I think you've gotten a very good taste of it over the last 3 weeks with the retrograde, and especially Thursday, Friday with the Mercury direct, Neptune retrograde. That could kind of, with Saturn coming back into Scorpio, this is a weekend where you are going to feel the shift. I'm sure you've already felt it, but it's going to take another kaplunk. And with Sun and Mars conjunct, it's radical new directions, new courage to find in oneself. And sometimes that could be difficult. Sometimes it could be, overwhelming. And the moon will come out of Taurus and come into this beautiful state of the balsamic phase in Gemini. And it's going to cover over Mercury that's gone direct and make squares to this Neptune energy. And I think that you're going to notice that we're at kind of a weird space. There's so much more to uncover. There's so much more to figure out. And it's okay if you don't know. And this is a time to practice forgiveness to all people, to all things, to yourself, to everything that's going on, because it could become a mental mind storm of I did this, or this is happening. Especially Sun and Mars, anger could come about. There is so much that we are having to figure out here, and it's not going to be fully known. And I think that can kind of get people upset, because everything will not be fully figured out. Everything still has to be more revealed. Everything is coming up from places that are unknown, unpredictable, very weird. We got Jupiter and Uranus starting to trine, that no matter how unknown it is and how crazy and how deep we got to go and how deep to the bone we got to cut, it's revolutionary doors we're opening. Because I don't think, if I remember right, now this is just from my memory of doing so many horoscopes, when Jupiter trined Uranus the last times, it was never with both planets direct. I think Jupiter was direct and Uranus was retrograde, and then the next time it was Jupiter was retrograde and Uranus was direct. Now this is going to be where Jupiter and Uranus are both direct, and this is the last time that they both, you know, come into a trine together. So this is going to be, you know, big new powerful radical doors opening this week with a Saturn retrograde in Scorpio. And even though it might be uncomfortable, it might be very unknown, there's the intuition inside that you have to know that even though it might not detailed or factually make sense, it's just that gut feeling that you know you got to do this, that you know you're going to have to take this step, that you know you're going to have to, you know, take that leap of faith. And I think that this is all about huge leaps of faith that are coming right now. And sometimes that could be overwhelming and kind of, I'll be honest, a little crazy. You know, this is not easy energy, but I think that you're going to notice the best part about this energy is the hugest breakthroughs come from the hugest leaps that we have to take in our life. And we are leaving a massive, massive shift point. And that's scary. It's not simple. So, is there anything I want to say? Just let the things happen the way they're supposed to. It's kind of odd having a Sun-Mars conjunct waiting for a new moon with a balsamic phase, because we want to take all this action now, and I think that there's a part of us that is having to take that action. But I think that you'll notice after this weekend is when you'll feel the real oomph, when that new moon comes at the beginning of this week in Gemini, conjunct Mars. It's going to be very powerful. And learn that no matter what happens, to have that forgiveness, that let go energy, and realize that you can't figure it all out right now. The card of the weekend is the Empress card reversed. And I think what this is saying is we need to remember our own specialty. We might forget that when we go through crazy shifts, when we go through crazy energy, we might sometimes forget our own value of self, our own strength within that comes from remembering how strong we are. And that strength comes from knowing how special you are, not in a, you know, in an egoic sense, but in a sense that you are so special because you're on this planet and you fit into this universe perfectly. And even when you feel like you're in the craziest spot and you don't fit in the right space, because Chiron in Pisces is very Hunchback of Notre Dame. We all have this feeling that we're all not fitting in the universe right, in the right way, or it's all not coming together right, but realize that you're special and that we are all putting together a new puzzle in our life that we don't know if we're the end piece, we don't know what, and the Empress always reminds us of what piece we are and how special we are. But when it's reversed, we can start to doubt or question whether we're important as the corner piece or not. Thanks so much for all the support. If you want to watch these horoscopes that I do daily, it's on my application or my website, leoking.lookstack.com. Thank you guys for all the support. You can always check all my stuff out at theleoking.com. And of course, my documentary is up about my tour and a behind the scenes of what goes on behind how I do this. It's all on my YouTube channel. Check it out, The Leo King. Thanks so much, and I will see you on my next horoscope.